All right, here we are back again. It means Monday evening. As always, we will give a few minutes for people to show up here and get notifications sent out. Give you all time to share the stream and hit the thumbs up button. When someone tells your partner she has no idea about plecos, then they tag me to back them up and say, Craig, it can. Wait, say, Craig, can this happen? Yes, it can. And by the way, behind Belinda is my partner. Oh, I totally butchered that. I apologize. What kind of fish is in the thumbnail? That is a Celebes rainbow fish. And I did fix one of the lights. The face light that illuminates my face is still not working, so it's still kind of dark around here, but that's all right. It's a little brighter. A little brighter than last week and in the last stream, as we just finished the members only stream. So what are we going to talk about today? I got a few shout outs to give. We're going to talk about Fishtoberfest. I'm totally stoked about Fishtoberfest. Talk about it a little bit more. And then just some general fish Q&A. If you have questions, we got answers. Also notice the camera is kind of at a weird angle right now, so like I'm looking at the screen, it looks like I don't know. It's a weird side view. Good evening, fish people from Michigan. Betta Babe, hello. Not trying to flex, but George Farmer followed me on my personal Instagram today. Sure, buddy. Sure. My ponds are in the 90s with this heat wave in California. That's not good. That's definitely not good. I agree, Kevin. I agree. Whatever you said, buddy, I agree. Tiffany White, hello, hello. My plant tanks are getting algae with this heat wave in California. Is it the heat that's causing algae? Bob, you have to sing a little intro song to the live stream like LRB. Usually when I start singing, that means it's time to end the stream because nobody wants to hear that, and I've completely lost my mind at that point. Closed caption typed Fishtoberfest as Fished over Fest. How many people use closed captioning? Like, this was brought up in the last stream too. I didn't realize so many people use closed captioning. Are you guys like at work not supposed to be on your phones? Like, what's going on here? We processed our first batch of jumbo white quail this past weekend, and now I gotta build me an incubator to get more. Telling you. It's addicting. Quail. It's addicting, just like fish. Very addicting. I don't know. It's just really fun. It's a fun thing. So I enjoy it. Hello, so I completed the move. Every fish is alive and doing great, although I can't say the same for the tanks. Well, one of my 55s was filling and the plastic support broke in the tank. Well, that's easy to fix, at least. That's not the worst thing in the world. I have broken many middle support. The plastic piece that goes across the middle. I have ruined a ton of those. And also, how did I forget Matt Gray with the $10 super chat? The whole reason I started the live stream early, yes, it was early, was for that $10 super chat. So thank you, Matt. Great value version of the Aquarium Co-op live stream. Just kidding. Thanks for the awesome content. Oh, did I just burn myself by reading that comment? This is why I should read my stream or the comments first. But I don't really care. I can't read fast enough for closed captions. It's weird. Like, I would have never. I hate closed captions. I get so annoyed when people turn on closed captions. I can't stand them. But I got quail in my fish shed. I enjoy their gamey smell, but we clean their trays so no poo smells. Yeah, I have my chicks in my fish room, and I have to clean it like every other day. Bob Antlion just checked my Instagram. He followed me because I sent him a nice DM. So you had to butter him up a little. Well, that's not fair. That's not the same. That's not the same thing. Got a big tub brine shrimp eggs in a used tank haul. Got a big tub of brine shrimp in a used tank haul. I'm not sure though, as the seller spoke Vietnamese. I mostly speak Spanish. Any small DIY setup I could use to try and hatch some and see. Whew. I butchered that whole paragraph too. I would look up, like, there's a lot of people that do it out of like 2-liter pop bottles. I have never done it, so I couldn't give you the best advice on it, but there's lots of videos on YouTube about people just DIYing 2-liter bottles. So I would look up that. I don't ever put CC on YouTube, but it's on my TV constantly because I have to turn it down when the hubby sleeps, and then I can still know what's said. Like, why not just get like headphones? Wow. Hello, Mr. Bob. I'm Nigerian Prince. I give you $3 million if you help me get my money out of my frozen bank account. Hey, man, just email me and tell me how much you need. Because when the next Prince of Nigeria says he needs your help, you help him. Thanks for mentioning the Rainbow Fish DRAS convention in Canada last week in your stream. Once I found out, I made the arrangements to attend. Awesome. I will not be attending, but that's pretty sweet. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes. I have a few things on the agenda to cover, and we're just gonna. I got a few shout outs here, actually, real quick. One to Regina Phalanges. I don't know if she's here. She was in the last stream. Regina, not here. Missing your shout out, but a huge thank you to Regina, as she sent me a nice little item for my surgery, and it's pretty rad. So a huge thank you to Regina. Oh, she's right there. You are here. Why didn't it tell me you were here? Well, never mind. There she is. Thank you so much, Regina. I appreciate it. Another huge shout out to my moderator, Ginger Grumble, who has spent the last 2 Sundays helping me in my fish room, keeping it clean and doing fish maintenance. Since I cannot lift my arm at all, it makes it pretty difficult. So a huge thank you to her, to sacrificing her last 2 Sundays to come and help me in my fish room. And then, of course, Alexander Engelhart. Huge shout out to Alexander Engelhart, but not for what you would think. Obviously, you know, the super chats, but he actually donated some rimless tanks to me on Friday. We met up, gave me some ADA tanks, and I'll be using those at Fishtoberfest to display, you know, fish that I'm selling and things like that. So super excited to have those tanks. So huge shout out to Alexander as well. And that's all I got for shout outs this week. A new thing I'm trying out. I'll probably forget about it and never do it again, but hopefully I'll remember to keep doing this every week. And speaking of using those tanks for my display tanks at Fishtoberfest, that's what I want to talk about. Fishtoberfest. I probably should have brought up the little poster for it, but I did not. But either way, it's going to be in Portland, Oregon, October 7th and 8th. I'm awesome. I am so prepared for this. October 8th and 9th. I was pretty close. So it's that weekend. It's right by the airport, I believe. So fly in. It's 2 days. And it's the first time I'm ever going to one of these events as a vendor or a retailer. So yes, I got a booth. Danny is going to be coming with me, so we will both be there. I know everyone loves Danny, so if you want to meet Danny, she's going to be there. And we're going to be in our booth or table, whatever you want to call it. I'm bringing fish and supplies to sell. She is going to have houseplants for sale. And we're also, she's going to have some of her trimmings for sale, and I'm going to be buying a bunch of houseplants for her to sell. So there's the Zen Ginger, dropping the link to the Fish Fam Fishtoberfest there. Check it out. If you're in the area, I highly recommend coming. The Portland area is really cool because there's a lot of neat, I don't know, there's a lot of people breeding rare fish out here. For instance, last year there was some Apistos that I've never seen before. So I had to buy those, and I still got them. Candy got some too, so a couple of us have them up here now. And I'm just super excited. So I'm bringing fish. Some of the fish I'm bringing are the Coste Tetra, which if you don't know what that is, I'll show you right now. Right now. Nope, right now. There we go. It's called the Black Line Tetra, obviously. Well, it should be obvious why it's called the Black Line Tetra. I have about 50 of these right now. And this is one of the best shoaling tetras I've ever seen. It's pretty crazy. They school really well, but they also just hang out together, which is really cool to see in a tetra, especially a bigger body tetra like this. So yeah, these are pretty rare. So, you know, I don't know what I'm going to sell them for yet, but they're definitely not the most common tetra out there. Now, the next fish I'm bringing is incredibly rare, and it's so rare that if you search for it, even Google doesn't know what it is. Like, so it is the Cynodontis. Here we have it right here, if you can see top left here, Camelopardalis. And if you see here, we have multiple fish, so there's not even a lot of photos. Like, oh, you can't see my cursor, but this one right in the middle row here. Why can I not see my cursor here? Anyways, but there's pictures of Cynodontis burchardi in here, Salonii in here. So the best way I could describe how this fish looks is it looks like an L75 parapleco colors in a Cynodontis body. It is absolutely crazy. I found one place selling these online for $200 each. Again, I don't know what my price is going to be. It's going to be cheaper than that, but super rare fish. I tried to get a group of them, but they only sent me 2. And I'm going to have some black Medeca rice fish for sale as well. I don't really have any good pictures of those or examples of those. But these were the 2 rarer fish that I'm bringing, and I just wanted to spotlight those real quick. But they are awesome. The blackline tetras are going to be really hard for me to give up. Like, really hard. They have really surprised me about how much I love them. Lady says, I'm so jealous of everyone attending. Have fun on my behalf, guys. Is Bob driving the 5.0 to Portland? No. No. Is the Cynodontis a Colombian catfish? No. Cynodontis are from Africa. Have fun. Danny Long, you good to drive, Bob? Oh, yeah. Yep. So, I'm only supposed to wear the sling for 6 weeks, and as you can see, I don't even have my arm in the sling right now. It's... My arm is doing fabulous. Like, I even messaged my doctor. I'm like, what's going on? I have, like, no pain. I have better range of motion now than before the surgery. Like, what's going on? It's nothing. Everyone told me that I'm going to be, like, sore and tired and not going to be doing anything for weeks, and it's been the exact opposite. Like, I feel way better now than I did before my surgery. It's crazy. So, yeah, I've already been driving anyways, so... I'll be driving an automatic, not a big deal. There's people with no arms out there driving. Surely I can drive with one. Bob heals like Wolverine. It's basically true. Basically. Ginger Grumble with the 5 gifted memberships. Again, not being handed out. That's pretty awesome. And Curtis Schindler with the $1 super chat. They'll probably be handed out on Thursday. But, yeah. So anyways, Fishtoberfest. Go. Go, go, go. I'm super... excited and bring your wallets, people, because I got stuff for sale. What else am I bringing? I don't even know. I'm gonna have a couple boxes of 1,000 layer stone for sale. I think they're like 50-pound boxes, which obviously various size of rocks and stuff in there, but 1,000 layer stone you can't even get anymore. So again, pretty rare aquascaping stone. Did you have your rotator cuff repaired? Yeah, so I had that and 2 other things done all at the same time. My shoulder was a mess. Like, yeah, so I had 3 surgeries all the same day on my shoulder. I'm pretty sure most of us cautioned you to not overdo it. Not that you couldn't, but should you? I'm not overdoing it. Do I think Aquarium Co-op will go? No, they won't be there. It is the same weekend as Aquashella in Chicago, so no. I mean, it's not going to be like an Aquashella event. It's definitely smaller than that. Think of it's put on by the Greater Portland Aquarium Society, so it is a club show, and so it's not like a big trade show like Aquashella, which means that there are breeders and there's going to be an auction on Sunday, and there's going to be a lot of neat fish there. Like, just the Pacific Northwest has a lot of cool fish. That's good news. You are sure lucky. It doesn't always happen. Looking forward to reports from the fest. I might even do something crazy and like live stream all day long, both days. I don't know. I have a feeling that would like kill my channel to have like 8-hour live streams, but we'll see. I had a rotator cuff and a bicep tendon repaired last December, and was it as bad as they told you, or was it like fine? Like, I mean, I said this last week. Like, I had my surgery on Wednesday, and like by Wednesday evening, I was out working on my house, like building. I just kept building my house. Like, I don't know. It was like nothing. Although it was pretty funny though. So we're gonna have to go off on a little tangent here because I don't think I told this story last week. So like when I came to, right, they wheel me out, or when I came to and they got me all processed and like, you're ready to go home, and I'm sitting in the room. They're like, your right is here. Are you ready to go? And I'm like, sure. And they're like, do you need a wheelchair? And I'm like, no, I'll be fine. And she's like, are you sure? Because we're not going to be able to catch you if you fall. And I'm like, no, I'll be fine. And so I like walk out of the room, and it was one of the rooms with like a sliding glass door. So there's like a little thing that there, and I fake like I tripped on it, and I was like, oh, and I like started to fall over, and the looks on their faces, like they all just gasped and like, oh my God. It was the funniest thing ever, but they were so pissed. I'm telling you. I don't know. I don't think they had a sense of humor, because I thought it was the funniest thing I've seen in like a year. Oh, I wish I could have recorded their reactions. It was great. Is Fishtoberfest worth the one-day drive? I mean, that's kind of up to you to decide. I don't know. This is only the second year it's happened. Last year it was a one-day event. Last year I would say, like, I wouldn't do it, but there's a lot of people that love the drive, and so for them, maybe. For a 2-day event, like, it really makes it more worth it. You guys in the Northwest and Northeast seem to have all the good fish, and we just get all the the dam vendors down here. Like, someone's selling you dams? What's going on? Did you happen to see my 50 Go Low Boy Instagram post? You have truly inspired me, sir. I don't think so, but I haven't spent very much time on Instagram at all lately, or on any social media. You notice I haven't put out a video in like a week and a half. So yeah, I've just been concentrating on finishing the house. I only used 2 days of pain pills, but I did have to sleep in a chair for like 5 weeks. Doc's orders. Well, I do have a nice, comfy, lazy boy chair. No, go sit down. Go lay down. Go. You're not allowed to whine. I did buy a lazy boy chair last summer, so that's really getting some use right now. I did accidentally fall asleep, like with my arm out, so like now it's not in the sleeve, but I just leave it like this. And you ever get to that area where you're like sleeping, but you're still kind of awake? You're like, like in the middle, and then you just like jolt awake, like something happens and you just flinch. I did that, and I like flexed all these muscles in my arm, and I just like flexed, and it hurt so bad. Like, that was painful. That was brutal. So now before I sleep, I'm very specific on making sure that I put my arm in my sling. It was one of the things, like, I didn't plan on falling asleep, but I just did, and it was just, Oh, that hurts so bad. Marion says, forgot to hit the like. Yes, don't forget to hit the like button. It helps out a lot. And then what else happened when I was there? When I was doing anesthesia, anesthesia. Am I saying that right? Anesthesia. You know, you're wheeled into this room with some other people, and they have like the curtains dividing you. There's a kid next to me that went code blue. And I know what code blue means. It's not good. That means he stopped breathing. And so I had like 2 nurses and the anesthesiologist in my room. And as soon as the code blue went, they're like, we gotta go. And they just bolted, and like 20 people run in. It's all happening like in the curtain next to me. And the only reason I knew it was a kid is because they were like verifying age and everything, and I could hear it. But they got him back. Like I don't know what they did. Like I saw him wheel in the shockers, but I didn't hear him use it, so I don't know what. But they got him back, which is good, really good. I'm just thinking like this is not a good sign. Poor kid. But yeah, other than that, it was pretty. I don't know. First time I've ever had surgery, really, and it was way better than I expected. So there you are. Imaginary question: you're leaving the Earth to another planet. You're allowed to take only 1 species of fish. What will you take? Like 1 species of fish, like just 1, not like a type of fish, but just 1 fish. I mean, it's gonna be a rainbow fish, probably a pseudomagil luminatus. I hate when that happens, Bob. Yeah. My sling had the pillow thingy that held the arm out from my body, and that was the worst part. Uncomfortable. Yeah, I've got the big thing here, but I like it because I can set like my big mug right here. Just sits there, and same with bowls. Like bowls sit here too, so I can like scoop up my ice cream right there. That's good. Rainbows as a dither for cichlids. Just curious the opinion of success or failure. Rainbows make great dither fish. As long as your cichlids aren't like the huge ones that are just going to swallow them whole, like rainbow fish make great dither fish. Lumpy Dog says they made me use the wheelchair after cataract surgery. It's a lawsuit insurance thingy. Well, sure, if you can't see. I mean, a range of motion above the shoulder strength are going to take the longest to come back. I had a slap tear, rotator cuff, and bone spurs. Recliners are your best friend. Yeah. So there's so many things wrong with my shoulder. Like I don't even know where to begin. But the doctor said it's the worst shoulder he's ever seen. Like, and then after surgery, he was like, yeah, it was even way worse than we originally thought. But I'm just like, everything you're saying is doom and gloom, and I'm still just, you know, what? Like, it feels fine. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know. Wait, what happened? Your charge didn't come through. Do you think I could keep a few Darios with a few black tiger batis in a 10-gallon tank? I think you could. You know, as long as you have, well, I mean, what's a few, really? Just know that they're going to defend their territory, so you want to make sure, however many you get, that they all have their own territories, the males. Go lay down. Go lay down. Can I put a school of ember tetras in with a pair of apistos? Yeah, absolutely. No. Go lay down. No. Go lay down. Go. Go lay down. Go lay down. No crying. Joints are tricky, Bob. Just be careful. It's an easy tweak stuff and never be the same. Yeah, like I'm not out like skydiving or anything. I'm just out screwing boards on a wall. It's not that, you know, I can do it all with my left arm. Found 2 baby apistos from the store this weekend. What kind of food should I be using to bring these little guys up on? I have brine shrimp hatchery on order from the co-op and some extreme nano. JD Partridge, if they're already eating the extreme nano, then you're good to go. You can crush any of the extreme flake foods. You can crush them really small. That'll work. Does Fishtoberfest cost anything? No, and honestly, this is where I think they go wrong. It's free to enter, which I don't think it should be, because there's so much work that goes into it that I think, like, even like a $5 entry fee, like, no one's gonna complain about a $5 entry fee. And for anyone who complains about a $5 entry fee, like, this hobby is so expensive. Like, what? If you're complaining about a $5 entry fee, you're not even gonna be really in this hobby anyways, right? So, basically does it all for free. It's crazy. But anyways, yeah, no entry fee. Everyone's welcome. You don't have to be a member of the club. It's open to all. Matthew says, glad I made it to watch the influencer. Thank you, Matthew. What creators are going to Fishtoberfest? I don't know for sure. But I do have the list of speakers, like Alexander, Secret History Living in Your Aquarium. I could have swore I had the poster here. Bentley's gonna be there. He's giving a talk. Man, I definitely had that on my desktop, but now I don't. Let's just pull it up here. It's on my community tab. So if you go to my community tab, 2 weeks ago I posted about it. So let's see. Yeah, as far as creators, I don't know. But I know Bentley is going to be there. Alex Williamson. The speakers are Chris Bigg, Pam Chin, Caroline Estes, Alexander... I keep wanting to say Alexander Engelhart, but Alex Williamson, Dr. Anthony Maysroll, Bentley Pascal. But, yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I know there's going to be a ton of smaller creators, which is nice. I will go to Portland, but I'm not flying due to COVID. Do you need to be a member to attend? Nope. 3 blood parrots, Jack Dempsey, convict, and 3 fire mouse and a 55. Suicide or no? No, I haven't. I mean, there's people that do far worse than that. So I've seen some pretty cramped 55s with all of those fish in them before. So can it be done? Yes. Just know that it can also be a giant disaster. Oh, I'm on top chat. Whoops. I have claimed the name. Have you ever heard of Apothecary? I've heard of the Rose Apothecary, but Pothocary, I recently found them and I love using them for my pothos. Pothocary. Anybody get that reference, by the way? Pothocary. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. This reminds me of those little drink holders from like the 80s that you'd put on your car door, like in the window. This is pretty neat. Pothocary. If you're into houseplants, I'd look this up. That's pretty neat. To answer your question, no, I've never heard of them, but I like it. Is Bob going? Yes, I think Bob's going. Someone gave 5 at the beginning. I would love to be a member again, but I had to drop 140 on a new 55. Yeah, I don't know why they're not going out. It was Ginger that gave them out, and we had this problem last week, and I think the week before as well. What size tanks to keep rainbow fish for breeding long term? You can breed almost any rainbow fish in like a 20-gallon tank. Like, obviously, I would not keep them permanently in a 20-gallon tank. But I used to have a 20 long that I kept just for rainbows, and whatever I wanted to spawn, I would just put them in the 20 long. Feed them really well, do water changes, and eventually they start spitting out eggs. Yeah, Curtis got it. All right. Ooh, David. It's one of the greatest shows ever, I'm telling you. So good. So really, Scaly Aquatics, 20 or bigger. 37-gallon on sale for $45 at PetSmart at the moment. That I personally, Silver Creek Aquatic, do not like that 37-gallon tank. It's tall and narrow. If it's the same one, it's tall and it's basically a 29, but what, like 6 inches taller? Yeah, I don't know. It's a good price, like per gallon, but I don't really like the layout. Maybe it's a different tank though. Yeah, a name change early won't hurt. I stand by mine, even though it doesn't make sense. Wait, we're talking about name changes? If we're talking about names, I don't think it's important at all. Like, there's seriously, like, channel names out there that is just like a string of number and letters that have millions of subscribers. Like, it doesn't matter. Matthew Vargas with the $20 super chat. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. I hope that's from Money One in Vegas. Bob, I stayed the weekend at a friend's house, and his wife has like 100 plants, and she was gonna give me clippings from a bunch of them. And we left today, and I forgot to clip any. I'm so bummed. Aw, that's the worst. Hey, Fish Fam Christmas was gifted a membership. There we go. First one's finally coming out. Unholy Order says, what's up, Bob? Just got back from Petco and bought 1 cherry shrimp to add to my existing colony to mix up the inbreeding. All right. Can you colony breed Sue McGills, or do they eat the fry? They'll definitely eat their fry, but you can also colony breed. You're just not gonna, like, you're obviously not gonna get the same results as if you remove the eggs. But you need like lots of dense plants for the fry to hide, and it'll be just fine. I pretty much now the only way I breed my rainbows is colony breeding. And yeah, I'm not gonna get like 100 every week like some of the breeders, but you know, I'm not doing it to like turn around and sell them. I was asking if it would be confusing to change my name to Matt's Aquatics. I would say if I had like any advice at all when it comes to YouTube, and I'm not the best YouTuber by any means, but my one piece of advice would be to never make your channel name your real name. Like, if I could go back and do it over, I would not have my last name as my channel name. Here's something else, Bob. I have 8 different houses. I got a meeting with the Bobs later. Not now. I'm busy. Tiffany White gifted 5 Steenfott Aquatics memberships. Thank you so much, Tiffany. I'm sure we'll see those in the next couple months. When are you sending my polypterus? Somebody yelled at me. They said the correct way to say biker is a polypterus. Is that a really loud cricket or your birds? I don't hear it now. It could be either. I've got 1,000 crickets back there too. But when am I sending it? Never. I don't even know how much I'm going to charge for it. Like, how much does a Delhesii polypterus sell for? I picked up some blue dwarf crays from my LFS, and now I think I'm addicted. I'm looking to have a crayfish only tank. I wish I could keep them here, but they're illegal. You should do the dwarf orange crayfish is what you need to do, because those will actually spawn in your tanks, and people love those things. They're like mini lobsters that are friendly. And Matthew Vargas with another $10 super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. Do breeding mops still work even if you have a heavily planted tank? Wouldn't rainbow fish prefer to lay eggs in the plants over the mop? Not generally. I mean, the mops are more dense, which is what they're looking for. They're wanting to make sure the eggs are protected. So if you have a bunch of Anubias and a spawning mop, more than likely they're going to spawn in the spawning mop than some random leaf. But if you have like Java moss, like large amounts of moss, then yeah, they'd probably spawn in that too. Hey, there we go. Someone else gifted from Tiffany. Bob, will you be going to Fishtoberfest? I feel like you're trolling me. I feel like that's pretty obvious. I did say that I was getting a table and we'll be selling fish, and that Danny is going with me. So I don't. What are you talking about, Jacob? Jacob Aquatics. And Matthew with a 5. We're scaling down, Matthew Vargas. Thanks again, buddy. I saw a group of 5 Amazon puffers up to LFS in Orlando this weekend. I was so tempted. If you can find Amazon puffers, get them while you can. That's all I'm saying. Get them while you can. Polypterus is easier to figure out how to pronounce than Biker, Bashir. Yep. Closed captioning said Polypterus. That's the new for Taurus. Amy says, and they are so orange. Love those guys. I know, I miss them so much. Honestly, if I wasn't on YouTube, I would still have my dwarf orange crayfish because I don't care that it's illegal. I would still have them. But since I'm on YouTube, I can't have illegal stuff because then I'll get in trouble. Bob has middle management written all over him. Dude. Nobody wants me to be a manager. Does Zigzag stain your aquarium silicone? It's more temporary. It does go away after a while. But yeah. And Matthew Vargas with the $1.99 super chat from the iPhone, apparently. My Dalhesia is growing so fast, I'm surprised at the growth rate. He's an eating machine. Mine is not an eating machine. He's got something going on. I don't know. Not like disease-wise, but food-wise. He's very particular. It took me a long time to find something that he would actually eat. I have rads in my 40-gallon breeder, and I got some babies from the tub, but we'll be adding a spawning mop to breed them some more. Good. More people need to be spawning rads, in my opinion. Super underrated fish. When was the last time we seen your fish on the channel? That's a good question. That's a very good question. I don't even know. How long has it been? I've gotten so many new fish too. Like, I've gotten a ton of new fish. Oh my gosh, how long has it been? Like a year? It's been 8 months, I think. Wow. No. Yeah? 8 months. But nobody watched that video, so it's like, you know. Well, that's not true. It's got 4,000 views. Fricata versus Luminatus versus Gertrude. Luminatus is my favorite. You should really do a fish room video. Yeah, when they're done. When it's done, for sure. Bob, I'm back to being a regular on the live stream. Was super burnt out from fish, but now I feel like I'm just starting the hobby. A lovely feeling. Didn't you get like a bunch of expensive... Oh, no. Do you still have all your puffers? I hope you still have all your puffers. Can we see the... I mean, I definitely have to make a video of all the new fish. So, soon. It probably won't be the next video, though. I think the next video is of Danny's fish room. What would be a good puffer or two I could put in a 10-gallon and feed these ram's horns? I mean, possibly pea puffers. It's basically pea puffers or nothing. All of the puffers are going to be too big. My biker loves frozen beef heart. Everything else he may or may not eat. Yeah, I mean, I got him on frozen bloodworms, but nothing else. That's all he'll eat right now is frozen bloodworms. Now I have to remake a channel. It's better to do it now than when you're like a larger channel. T-Shot wants to know what's the favorite fish I own right now. Probably my bar cheek gobies that I got from Dan's Fish, that you can also get from Dan's Fish. Actually, I don't know if they're still available. Let's see if they're still available. Oh, bar cheek goby. They're still, they're still 30. I'm gonna tell you guys, They're $30 each, but this is an amazing fish. The bar cheek goby. Definitely worth it. What type of shrimp? What color shrimp look best on top of a Monte Carlo carpet? Monte Carlo, probably just a good old-fashioned red cherry shrimp. Yes, I still have 5 Congo puffers. That tank is super neglected. Bringing that baby back to life next week, covered in blue-green algae. I think we all been there. We all go through that. Every bar cheek gobies. Yep. Every fish keeper goes through that. I really like your video at Dan's Fish. I want to see what Danny has going on too. Yeah, so her fish room is a lot different than the last time. Well, it's the same, but a lot has changed, if that makes sense, since the last video I did there. Honestly, my fish room's not going to be done anytime soon. Like, my priority is getting my house done before winter. Like, if I don't build my house, like, if I don't get it done before winter, like, I don't know. I'm not spending another winter outside. Let's just say that. Will I ever get a new goldfish? So I have 3 goldfish. Actually, I have like 6 goldfish. The Walters gifted membership by Tiffany White. There we go. Slowly but surely. So I have 3. No, I keep saying 3, but I have like 6 or 7 feeder goldfish out in my pond. Unholy Order says, I've been into bettas since junior high in 1996, and I'm still am, but also into tetras with my bettas. I thought about bringing bettas to Portland, but I don't want to come home with any bettas, so that's a gamble. But I did have an opportunity to get some alien bettas for really, really cheap, and I passed on it because I was afraid the minimum amount I had to buy, I was like, there's no way I'm selling that many. But they would have been really cheap. What's Danny's channel? Danny's channel is steenfottaquatics.com. Yep. She doesn't have a channel. It's this channel. I remember doing a video on ropefish back in the day. I've had 2 of them now for 4 months. So cool. Very entertaining fish. I wish I could get more. I love ropefish. One of my favorite all-time fish. So all of Tiffany's are going out, but only one of mine. YouTube hates me. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know. I don't even have the option. Like, I've been trying to give memberships for like the last 3 weeks, and I don't even have the option anymore. So I don't know what's going on. Paul says, I've always fancied getting a betta. I mean, they look good in planted tanks. Like a rimless, like a nice rimless aquascaped 10-gallon tank with a betta. I mean, looks amazing in my opinion. It just, like, especially the alien bettas, like, that's such a cool fish to begin with. But like, oh man, I could have been potentially coming home with like 20 bettas, which would have been bad. Bob, do you have any experience with to keep pleco mama? I don't know what that is. Black spotted, skinny, long tail. Plecocina, my LFS. I'm not sure what that is. There we go. Mystery Snail Gardens. You got busted lurking. Gifted a membership. Can't wait to stock my tank with chili rasboras. I just got a bunch of chili rasboras for Danny. Speaking of Danny. Gifted memberships. YouTube is apparently sending emails out to gift recipients that have signed up for them and don't show until they are here. And previous members aren't priority now. That's the dumbest thing I've... Why does YouTube always do everything wrong? Like, it is absolutely amazing to me. They already have the blueprint, right? Twitch has been around forever. We know how to do it. Why can't they just do it? So stupid. Fisher Fever says, wow, they just let anyone in front of camera. So you can come here and smack talk, but you can't answer my private message that I sent to you. Jeez. Wait, you didn't answer it yet, did you? Oh, he did answer it. Okay, I take it all back. The question I asked him that was asked on the member stream was, are you going to be hosting Aquaticon again next year? Fisher and Fever says, oh. So he told me the answer and then said that I can't say. So I almost just gave it away. Oh. You need when you send me something that I'm not supposed to say, the first thing you should write is do not tell anyone, and then give your answer. Don't give the answer first and then say don't tell anyone. That's never gonna work. I almost just blew it. Whew. He says go for it. So I guess I already said yes, didn't I? Are you gonna be hosting Aquaticon again next year? He says yes, but I didn't tell you yet. So there you go. So is it gonna be in April again? Is there anything like rough estimate dates? I realized, you know, like I planned for like 2 years last time and still didn't make it, but you know, as long as my house is done, I'm cool. I'm cool to go as long as I can get a sponsor. Cameron says, how's the quail game going, Bob? I also keep Cortnix and raise rabbits, ducks, and chickens. So we had a little hawk incident here for quite a while, like 4 days. Picked off 2 of them, and the hawk is no longer with us, or no longer around anymore. And the quail are still spooked. I haven't got any eggs in the last 4 days. It was quite traumatic for them. But yeah, other than that, all the chicks are still growing up great. I've got eggs in the incubator still, 2 batches, so the future is bright. Moonstone, hey, hello. Hello, Moonstone. Can't find an answer for this. Uh-oh, is it normal breeding behavior for peacock gudgeon to flop slap off of plants? No, mine do it a lot. No sign of flukes or nothing on all the other fish are fine. 0, 0, 10 parameters. I don't find that flashing behavior to be normal in a lot of fish. There's definitely a few fish that it's normal. But I've never, anytime I've seen my peacock gudgeons flashing, it's usually not a good sign. You may just want to proactively treat them, even though like all the other fish are fine. There's many reasons why some fish can be sick and some can't in the same tank, so you never really know. Bob, I built a MASH commemorative co-op for my quail bantam hens. Got Cortnix in it now. A MASH commemorative co-op. I really want to see that. Like, I'm assuming like MASH the TV show, or am I like completely wrong? Contract isn't finalized yet, but I'll say within 2 weeks of the end of April. All right, we're making sure like there's no aquashellas or anything else going on in the same weekend. I've had a raccoon problem going on for almost a year. Yeah, there was when I first came out here last fall, like there was raccoons. There was a family raccoon. Like I'm literally standing outside and I see a whole pack of raccoons like in my peripheral, and I'm just at first I think, man, that's a lot of cats, and then I actually look, and it was a mom and like 5 baby raccoons, and they walked like right by me, like 10 feet right by me, and I was just like, they didn't even care. I was like, well, that's interesting. Didn't expect that. But now that my dogs are up here too, I haven't seen a raccoon. The coyotes don't come around here, although I hear them screaming. But I used to see them in the driveway all the time. Don't see them anymore. Matthew says, I want an elephant nose fish. I highly recommend them. They are a shoaling fish, so you need a group of them. Just keep that in mind. Yes, MASH, 4077th, the TV show. That's a weird noise. I gotta go check on that noise. I'll be right back. Okay, okay. Oh man, that was really, really weird. So the mic probably didn't pick it up, but hey, buddy. I heard what sounded like one of my dog's food bowls being knocked over, and I looked over and saw all my dogs sleeping right here, and ran out there, and one of my baby chicks tried to suicide out of its little home and landed in the dog bowl. And he's lucky I found it before the dogs. But I'm back. It was nice knowing Bob why he lasted. He went and checked that weird sound. Haven't seen him since. Just doing the moonwalk? That's good. A good moonwalk is hard to pull off. If Bob dies, will the stream go on forever? Until, like, they shut off my internet for not paying the bill. I'm not worried about Bob's safety. Those pups would take anyone down before they can even get him. Among other things. If you have dogs and if you have dogs and raccoons, make sure you get your dogs up to date on their distemper shots. Yeah, I mean, not too worried about it, but if they actually did ever take one down, then I'd have to like look up their records. LFS has something I've never seen before. Clown Pleco, very pretty and only $12. I figured it was a fancy schmancy over $100 one, but no. So yes, Clown Plecos, very inexpensive, Dan. Ridiculously hardy. They'll live in like anything. They are probably the hardiest Pleco, even more so than like a bristlenose Pleco. Like they are just insanely hardy, and they do have the cool orange and black stripes. So highly recommend. It's probably, if it's not the fish I've owned the longest currently, it's right up there with the Bala shark. Because I've had a clown pleco like ever since I got back into this hobby, and honestly I've forgotten about it a couple times, and then like I go to move like a tank, and I'm just like, oh, I forgot about this guy. How big a clown pleco? Like 4 inches. Maybe 5, but typically around 4 inches. Big Shrimp and Tanks. Fisherman Fever says, thanks again for the microworms. Cultures are going great. You know what? That reminds me. I messaged someone about getting microworms, and they never messaged me back. Any experience with chocolate gourami? The samurai gourami? Saw some in a shop in the weekend. They look interesting, so they're super peaceful. You know, you don't want them with really, like, I wouldn't put them with like Danios or something or any other crazy fish like Danios. But anything like Rasboras would be just fine. So yeah, they're not the most active fish, so they're slow to get to their food. I'm comparing to that to like other community fish, but just keep that in mind when you're picking out tank mates. Amy says, I love my clown pleco, stays small too. Exactly. Zen Ginger says, note, clown plecos you'll probably see once or twice a year. You probably only see twice a year. If there's driftwood and places to hide, I think it's, yeah. The only time I've been able to see mine consistently is if I actually like strategically set up my driftwood. So that like the cracks are facing the front of the aquarium, because they're always going to go into the cracks. Can you put a clown pleco on a 20 long? Depending. Like, yes, but if your stocking level is already high, just remember that, like most plecos, clown plecos will poop a lot, even for like a 4-inch pleco. They're still going to create a lot of waste. So, could you? Yes, just keep in mind you might have to maybe do more water changes or add more plants. Hey Zen, you troublemaker, you troublemaker. I think I know what my next pleco will be. I like to just keep one at a time. Well, so a clown pleco's lifespan is like 20 to 25 years. So if you get one and you only keep one at a time, you're gonna have it a while. What can you tell me about Mexican cavefish? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. My bristlenose is a terror for maintenance. Will clown plecos breed in a tank similar to bristlenose? You can. They have been spawned in aquariums, but nothing spawns like bristlenose when it comes to plecos. So yes and no. Like bristlenose plecos, all they need is water and food. They don't need caves. They don't need nothing. Like they'll spawn on the substrate. They don't care. Not the similar experience you'll have with clown plecos. But if you're gonna do one pleco, like it's a great suggestion. What? Dance Fish is giving away a $200 gift certificate this Wednesday. I plan on some Corridora purchases when I win it. What would you get, everybody, if you won? Which you won't, because I will win. Marion, I already have Barchi gobies, but I would buy more. Like, I wish I could afford to buy more. Is Pet Mountain a reputable online store? As far as I know, it's basically like a Petco or PetSmart. I've never bought anything from them, but I think isn't it like a larger chain? Can anyone recommend how they nuke their planaria outbreak? Hundreds of them when light goes off. Try it, Excel. Don't want to harm the puffers. Without the puffers, I mean, I would honestly just hit him with everything. The puffers can take it. I think Alexander Williamson was just telling me about something for planaria, and now I can't remember. I don't know if he's still here. Maybe he'll tell us. Zenginger says, "Oh, I want some of those darter tetras. I highly recommend darter tetras. I think I even saw pygmy hatchet fish. You want to know? Here. We're gonna do the fish of the week. I almost forgot. The fish of the week right here. What a great segment. $200 gift card you can win. Go buy yourself the fish of the week. Ye old horse face loach. Oh, not planaria? Okay, maybe it was something else. I don't know. These guys right here are a really, really fun fish to get. So, I don't know if there's other pictures here. Oh, a couple extra. But I think you can see why they're called a horseface loach, right? And I think they're from Indonesia, although I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure, though. And they're just an excellent community fish. Now, they will need sand. So they'll burrow in the sand. They'll hang out in the sand. They'll sift through the sand for food. Oh, excuse me. And honestly, for a $9 fish, you're going to get so much enjoyment. Now, you do got to buy a group. They are loaches. They like to be in groups. They get around 5 inches, maybe a little bigger. I've kept this fish a few times in my career. There's also a moose face loach that's pretty similar, but honestly, for $9, this is one of the funnest fishes you will ever own. Highly recommend it. dansfish.com. Use my link. It's there, I think. But yeah, there it is. Fish of the week, the horse face loach. There you go. Jessica Bryant says, gotta go, but I'm glad I got to catch a stream to take my mind off the insanity that's currently in my life. Bye, y'all. Thank you, Jessica Bryant, for stopping by. I appreciate it. Knew a girl in high school named that? Horseface? Oh, that's mean. Jeez. That's, man. Just bought Pananchi. Got to figure out how much for my tank of shrimp. The brand name is No Planaria. There you go. The brand name is No Planaria. Okay. So I was paying attention then. That makes me feel better. Okay, I see this No Planaria on Amazon. We'll give it a try. Thanks. Now I'm curious. I got to look it up. Who knew that it could be so easy? I have planaria. How do I get rid of it? Buy this stuff called no planaria. Duh. No planaria. Wow, it's got a lot of good reviews. Check this out. 4.5 stars, 750 or 747 reviews. That's pretty good, right? No planaria. Interesting. Control in 72 hours. All right, there you go. No. Just say no. They're adorable. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. There's probably not a better fish for under $10 that's gonna give you like that much activity. Now they do burrow, so I think a lot of people might get turned off because they think they're just gonna hide all the time, but they don't. They don't. They're usually always out looking for food. Now, if you feed them a lot, then they're gonna burrow because they don't have any reason to come out. So, you know, just starve them, and you'll always see them. I'm obviously kidding. Moonstone, gotta go. Love you guys. Thank you, Moonstone, for stopping by. I appreciate it. Good to see you as always. Matthew Vargas, I use fenbendazole in amounts recommended by LRB Aquatics. I have to check him for the amounts. Worked for me. No fish or plants damaged, but haven't done it with pea puffers. See, now that dog bowl sound is my dog bowl. Or is my dog, my mastiff. I don't know what his deal is, but he licks like empty dog bowls, thinking that there's still going to be food in it, and it's really quite hilarious. You can get angelfish for less than $10. Yes, you can get angelfish for $1 sometimes. Alexander Engelhart also says it wipes out Hydra. I use rainbow fish for that, but you know, you gotta use whatever. Now I know Alexander Engelhart happens to really love rainbows and the way they look and their shape. So why he hasn't used it before, I don't know. But rainbow fish, they will eat planaria. Very quickly they will disperse of planaria, in my experience. Not planaria. Jeez. Hydra. Help! Says Dell. I was giving 2 male, 3 female Bosemani, traced back to Gary Lang from Aves Creek. Any tips for getting them to breeding? What size tank, temperature, etc.? So they're basically just treat them like any Bosemani. I keep my Bosemani 75 degrees. I feed a varied diet between prepared foods, frozen foods, live foods, variety. If you really want them to get in a spawn, feed them lots of live and frozen food. And pH, they can handle just about any pH swing as long as it's pH swing. They can handle just about any pH as long as it's consistent between like 6 and 8. I've even seen them up in like 8.5 range. So yeah, not hard at all. Keep them well fed. And they really love clean water. They're not a fish that's going to appreciate missed water changes or just degrading water quality. They won't like that. They won't spawn. I wish there was an angelfish the size of a $50 coin and you could keep it in a 10-gallon and up. I'm not a big angelfish person. Getting every last bit essence of dog food. He's something else. I've never had a dog that's so food motivated than my Mastiff. Brian says, I love rainbow fish. I really need a spare tank big enough for some Bosemani. I agree. Andy says, buy angelfish at club auctions. Folks will bring like 20 bags of them. The first few bags sell for big money, and then the rest go for like $2 because the market is saturated. That's so true. So true. What happens to rainbow fish if you miss a water change? Do they visibly become less healthy, or they just refuse to spawn? Well, missing a water change, there's so many variables there. It's pretty subjective. It's just if your water quality starts to degrade, then one, they're not going to spawn. And that also makes them more susceptible to diseases. So that's why it's very important with rainbow fish to have very, very clean water. How's my shoulder? My shoulder is doing great, doing really well. Yeah, we kind of already went into that, so I don't really want to go back through that spiel. But if you rewatch the beginning, there's more on my shoulder. But yeah, it's fine. Have I kept Splendida rainbow fish? Absolutely, I have. I still want to get the Avatar Angels and the Blue Diamond Angels, says Hip Hop Hillbilly. Matthew says, good night all. May the force be with you, and may... I don't know why. I'm like, is it May 4th already? I was not even close. May the force be with you and all your fish live long and prosper. Thank you, Matthew. Zengender says, my cat sits on the water bowl when it's empty and stares at me. She's like planning my demise. Yeah, it's interesting. You know, I fed them before I went live, and he'll sit there for like 2-3 hours afterwards and be like, where's the rest of my meat? Like, where's the meat at? Why are these bowls empty every single day? He is Ginger. He is what? Also, as far as missing water changes with rainbow fish, you could probably miss a water change and be just fine. It's just not something I would get in the habit of doing. I mean, most people can, not most, but some people go like a year without water changes and they still have really clean water. So, really, like I said, there's so many variables there, but just keep an eye on it. My half-beak females have been working overtime. I just transferred 47 to a different tub. Crazy how well they're doing outside. I mean, all fish outside breed like crazy. It's insane. Katsu NG, they're plotting to overthrow. If you're going to the no planaria route, remove any snails from the tank. Okay. Indeed, a few of mine are more suspect than others. I've been worried to add any other fish to the discus tank because of the high temperatures. Hans recommends 86 degrees. I don't really prescribe in the whole high temperature thing with discus anymore. I think they've been captive bred for so long now. Like, do they need to be that warm? I don't know. I know lots of people keeping them at like 78, 80 degrees. I don't think they're as fragile as they used to be, because they've been captive bred for so long now. Bob, do you remember which one of Kang Lee's guppies Corey called the best guppies in the world? Was it red dragons or maybe red mosaics? I don't remember. No, I don't. I'm sorry. Trying to think. No. He's probably still hungry. Well, he could definitely eat more, but like that's not a good thing. Like I know when I eat, I could always eat more after my meal too. It's not smart to. What's the rarest rainbow fish that can be found on the market right now? Probably about half the fish that are on Dan's website. Dan is definitely gonna have for a retailer, definitely gonna have the rarest fish, the rarest rainbow fish. And just going through, yeah. Like, he's got species that I've never even heard of before. It's crazy. Geophagus versus microgeophagus. Well, they're not really comparable at all, right? I mean, geophagus can get huge and rams don't. Amy says, I'm moving in a few days to much different water, very rusty well water. Any suggestions to change or how to remove rust? You might. It sounds like you probably need a new well and new piping, but you may also need an RODI system. I don't eat till I'm full. I eat till I'm ashamed of myself. Yeah. Zen Ginger says, my discus were kept at about 80. They lived seemingly happy for years, and the plants grew much better, which I think they appreciated. Yeah, the whole, like, 86, 87, you know, the high 80s for discus thing. I think that's, like, an old way of keeping discus that's just been kind of, I don't know, still, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but I don't think it's really necessary anymore. Short-term fix, Brito water filter. Yep, Andy says it there. Amy, I have a well with high iron, super hard water. I get an RO unit to make water for the fish. Yeah. Silver Creek Aquatics says, or an RV online filter for your water hose. $20 for a 2-pack on Amazon. RV inline. Huh. How long does it last? I'm curious. Andy says, many of the captive bred lines of discus are now being bred in 78 to 82 degrees facilities. Yeah. Oh, I know what's going on in there. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. So, I had a bag of liver treats for my dog, and the bag was empty, but it was still sitting in my fish room. So they're literally trying to lick the inside of the plastic bag. Stock is Bristol Nose Pleco, Siamese Algae Eaters, Electric Blue Acara, Bolivian Ram, Rainbow Cichlids, Serpe, Cardinal, and Black Neon Tetras. How long is too long to keep a tank at 85 to 86? Have a very persistent case of ick. It's not going to do that much harm. You just have to make sure that you have like an air stone in there, because the warmer the water is, the less oxygen content is going to be in the water. So the outdoor omen, if you're going to keep it that high for a while, just make sure you have an air stone or two in there. But honestly, you could leave it like that for a couple weeks. The RV inline water filters are usually activated carbon in a micron particle filter. Particulate. I wonder, what's the micron level, though? Like, is it like 5 or is it like 500? And where are you moving to that has rust coming out of their sink? Yikes. Not that any tap water is good. Most of it is trash, but... Ay. Dead air. Dead air. Ginger Grumble, 15 months. member for 15 months. That's it. Jeez. It says hit the like button. Why isn't the emphasis in the middle? Like, why aren't we calling them Geopagus? Like esophagus? What? You moving to Flint, Michigan? Ooh, too soon, too soon. What pseudomcgill is that in the thumbnail? It's a Celebes. Celebes rainbow fish. Celebes. Celebes. You like that thumbnail? Like, no one knows what it is. You wanna know why? Because it's highly photoshopped. They are Celebes rainbow fish. Extremely photoshopped. So, there you go. Tap water is the best water. Okay, okay. My toilet's turn orange in a few days. It happens when we get a lot of rain and the water table rises. Interesting. I have a lot of rust right now. Amateur addiction, I'm not sure, except the warmer the water, the higher the metabolism, i.e. they grow faster. That is true. I'm just guessing. I think it just has a lot to do with how we used to keep fish 20, 30 years ago, and it's not necessary anymore, and really we're just now coming around to realizing that as a whole, as like a majority of the hobby. Because I don't know hardly anyone that's still keeping discus at 86, 87 degrees. Like even the wild caught ones that were brought back from some collecting trips weren't kept like super warm like that. You see UPS Living the Dream says I have 5 of them in my tank. I've had them for 3 years. Okay. What's a good bottom dwelling red fish that is shrimp safe? The rosy loach, my friend. You know it in the name, rosy. The rosy loach. They don't eat inverts really, so it should be just fine. And they're smaller than a full-grown cherry shrimp. The rosy loach, great nano fish. I'm pretty sure I still have some. I don't know for sure because my 125 is crazy right now, but I'm pretty sure I still have some. I just bought a system called the Water Machine. Glass crock that filters water, and the filters last for up to 6,000 gallons or 10 years. Whatever comes first. Operates off gravity, no electricity. Is this like one of these scam, like, high pH water machines? Oh, man. What was it, like 5 years ago? That was like the next multi-level marketing scam were those high pH water filters. Ugh, everyone trying to sell those. All the pipes were either copper or plastic. They are not rusting. My well water is 1,400 TDS right now. Katie says, Celebes, Bob. Celebes. I've honestly have not had very much luck with Celebes rainbows, but I think I finally cracked the code. If I was able to keep them again, I think I'd be successful. But I've tried them twice, and I failed miserably twice. I feel like all of us have that one fish that we failed at. I mean, mine's probably Panda Corridors, to be honest, but yeah, that's another one. The Celebes rainbows, just never had good luck with them. Curtis said he would fall for a scam like that. That's funny. Bill says, lost my Celebes a couple months ago. Water levels were great. Don't know what happened. Yeah, so the Celebes is definitely not a rainbow fish I would recommend to newbies, or I'm not saying that you're a newbie, Bill, but just trying to demonstrate their level of care, because they are a fish that, in my opinion, is pretty fragile. So if something changes, like just a small change in water parameters, I feel like really stresses them out. I'm waiting for Dan to get the Pseudomcgill Melis someday. I thought he already had those for sale. Am I wrong? I'm pretty sure. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure he had those when I was there. Where are we at here? Weren't those in my tour video? Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Pseudo. Oh, why is it not working? Try it again. Refresh. Pseudo. More dead air. Pseudomagil Melis. Maybe I'm wrong. I swear he had them when I was there. Maybe they just never got healthy. K2 says best tetra for Bosemani Rainbow in a 75-gallon tank. Oh, there's so many tetras. How can you pick a best one? They will all work. They will all work with rainbows. Guy at my local pet store has had success breeding lots of rainbows. I think the Celebes rainbows have eluded him. Yeah, they can really be finicky. And same with the Furcadas as well. The Furcadas they can be finicky as well, but I think there's other issues with the Furcadas. The Celebes, they really want clean and stable water parameters. I swear, as soon as something changes, they just get stressed out and die. My failed fish forever was bristlenose plecos. I was raising up parva rainbows but couldn't get bristlenose to spawn. See? Like one of the easiest fish ever. People say that about panda cories too, but I've never had success with them. We all have our fish. You all got me through the commercial edit I didn't want to do. Thank you. The life of an editor. Is the house you're building going to be on well? I am digging out my own well, but I will also have city water. Not a scam, essentially a reverse osmosis for drinking water. You change filters on the house system so often because you use far more gallons than you realize for a house, especially if you have fish tanks. Celebes that had luck holding in harder water. Yeah. So that's actually a great point that I should have brought up. Cameron says, Celebes I've had great luck holding in harder water. They love hard water. I call them celibate rainbows. Celibacy rocks. I have a hoodie that says celibacy rocks. And UPSer says she's had really good success with Celebes, and now she says I have super hard water. So there you go. I couldn't get Luminatus to spawn. Eventually they died of old age. You know what I've never been able to get to spawn is my gold white clouds. Never got them to spawn. They've now spent 3 summers outside. I haven't got a single fry. So this year, I threw in Parkinsoni rainbows with them, and I've got a ton of Parkinsoni fry, and still no gold white cloud fry. Lost an ember tetra the other day. It was pretty fat. Thought maybe pregnant. Didn't seem sick. Just found belly up. I mean, it could have been blocked. It could have just been blockage. It's really hard to diagnose stuff like that, Rocky and Miles. Could have just been backed up, or it could have been pregnant and something went wrong and couldn't get the eggs out. You know, it's could have just had a heart attack. It's really hard to say. Can they tolerate brackish? I wouldn't try them with brackish. There's definitely some pseudomagills that need brackish, but I would not put Celebes in brackish. I read once, and it's become a dream. Brackish tank with bumblebee, goby, Celebes, and half-beaks of biotope. Which, I mean, none of those need brackish. I have wine tubs with gold, sunset mountain minnows, no fry either. Yeah, I don't know what the problem is. Curtis says, I think that needs to be my next rainbow Parkinsonite. Maybe I'll send you some fries. I think you know me well enough to not hold me to that statement, but maybe. We'll see how many I pull out. Anybody had Gertrudii rainbows spawn? I think the only pseudomagills I've ever spawned are the Luminatus. Medcow says, my first foray into pseudomagills, I bought forktails and celebes. Lost all of the celebes, and the forktails have bred 3 times in a row. Yep. Darren says, hey Bob, just got back from the ER. Oh, gee. Way to come in swinging. How are things today? I mean, things are going great here. I hope things are going good for you, Darren. Donovan says, I just got a school of imitator catfish last week. That's pretty rad. Hip Hop Hillbilly says, I want to get mud skippers one day. Still hesitant on freshwater, let alone adding salt into the mix. Brackish is so easy. Like, it's ridiculously easy. You'll sell the fry instead. Well, the idea was to keep all of them that I spawn for my big tank. But I go back. I still am not 100% decided on what I'm doing with my big tank. So I think we all know how that goes. Paul says I need to get my hands on some rads. Yes, so do I. I am so sad. Before I had to move, I had 4 species of rads. Now I'm down to like a small school of 6. And I believe they're Clearwater Creek variant. But I need to get them back out in tubs because they can last forever outside. They can go pretty cold. Blue-eyed Gerties. Come on. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Nope. Can't be under there. Can't be under there. No, you can't. You know better. You go under my desk and then you unplug everything. Let's see how many males and females. Naturally inhabit brackish. It depends. So there is brackish bumblebee gobies, but there's also freshwater bumblebee gobies. Oh, did he say why he was there? Zen says, I did not know that rads were even related to rainbow fish until a few days ago. They're so awesome. Newish, have a community tank up for 2 years. Nice. Okay. All right, what else we got going on here? Blue line, no. You can go rads on some rads. Black back, yep. House building on a well. No, I got that one. Andy says, I don't think I've ever seen a rad in real life. Oh, man. I'll never forget the day I saw my very first Radinocentris. It was such a special day. It probably tops any other day in my life. It's up there for sure. Is it just me or do saltwater mollies look better? Case 2. I've never seen a saltwater molly that wasn't used for bait, essentially. So I'm not. I'm not in the same boat. But I've never seen anyone do it just to keep them. Like I said, I've only seen them in there for feeder fish. Getting better. Glad to be here. Oh, got a bum back. Okay. Went to the ER for a bad back. Rainbows in general are not plentiful here in New York. Really? I guess. I mean, I'm so used to just getting things online these days. I don't have an LFS anymore, so it's basically my only option. Yeah, there's not much for rainbows here either. Now that I think about it. It's like whatever's at, you know, they got Madagascar and Australian rainbows at like PetSmart. Have I thought about getting some larger community fish for my big tank? No. I mean, well, what's your definition of large? Like, I much prefer large schools of smaller fish than small schools of large fish. To me, I love looking at 200-300 fish just school around versus like 6 or 7 fish schooling around. So, I'm not sure the exact gallons of the tank I'm building, but it's going to be 7 feet wide, 3 feet front to back, and hopefully 4 feet tall. I mean, I could do the math, but I don't know what that is offhand. And I'm hoping to get about 1,000 fish in there, maybe more, probably more, but nothing bigger than like the Park and Sonai rainbows will be the largest, and then everything else will be nano, like under an inch. My LFS only have Australian and Bosemani. Yeah, every once in a while, like I'll see a Bosemani at PetSmart, but they never look good. Never. If you like to see large groups of small fish swimming around, does that mean you like to watch large spawns of fry swimming around? Well, yeah, sure. Looks pretty neat. That would be 628 gallons. It's all going to depend on how much the piece of glass or acrylic. Like, I know acrylic is going to be stupid expensive, so probably glass. I also want to do glass because it's going to be on the floor. And I feel like acrylic will get scratched a lot easier on the floor than glass. So glass, it'll be heavier by far, but I think it'll be cheaper, and it won't get scratched as much on the floor. I mean, it'll be a couple inches off the floor, obviously, but it'll be more like a pond with like a glass front. Ah, 628 gallons. That's a lot. $600 neon tetras. Regina says, I kept mollies in a reef tank. They were left over from that aquarium setup brackish. It was crazy how they were fine in saltwater. I moved them out after a while because the anemones. Yeah, I don't think I do neon tetras though. Like, there'll definitely be some pseudomcgills in there. If I could find rosy loaches, I'll have them in there. I'll have either dwarf corridoras or aspidoras in there. I mean, shrimp, all kinds of stuff. Rasboras. How does one even get a tank bigger than 120 and not acrylic? There's lots of tanks bigger than 120 that are glass. The neon tetras have been the hardest fish for me to keep alive. I bought a group of 12 from PetSmart, and 11 died while in quarantine. Then I bought 10 from an LFS, and 9 died while in quarantine. It can be really hard to find good quality neon tetras. Like, it can be really hard. Rocky Miles says, set up my 7th tank yesterday. I officially have no more room, so I can't add more. There's got to be somewhere to stick one. There's always a way. There's always a way. There's got to be somewhere to put something. Ken's 3Ds and Aquatics says, I gotta figure out how to send you some pictures. I have 5 pseudomcgill varieties right now. That's pretty rad. And Legion Aquatic is back, thank heavens. Whew. I don't know what I did without you, buddy, but it was rough. Oh, boy. Stack them tanks. Yep. If you can't go horizontal, go vertical. That's my philosophy on almost anything in life. Leo 29 Aquatics. I need to order some gobies soon, but need a new tank. Oh. I'm all about gobies. Gobies are rad. I believe that everyone needs to experience gobies at least once in their life. I have one more tank than I have one more tank than kids. My wife would shoot me if I got another one. Does my fish room have auto water change system? Negative. I don't even have. So I originally built it for like doing central air, and I'm not even going to be doing that. Meaning like an air loop system, right? I'm not even going to be doing that. Do you keep gobies with your rainbows? Absolutely. So my bar cheek gobies are in with my Blaheri rainbows, and there's also a pair of Aspidoras in there. I've got one magical tank. It's a 20 long, filled with Anubias, all kinds of algae, and anything I put in there spawns. Like anything. It doesn't matter what it is. So I got my two Aspidoras in there, the bar cheeks. The Blaheras I need to move out. And then just let the Aspidoras and the gobies, whichever spawns first, I'll take the other ones out. Alex says, Cameron Conway, get in touch with Ted Judy at Custom Aquariums, and Ted Judy doesn't actually work there anymore. Ted Judy has retired, and I don't remember who the new person is, although I did see that new person in Dallas, but I don't remember who it is. It'll only be a single viewing window, and I hate to do it because I've already taken so many breaks, but I gotta take another one. It's water change time. Okay, I think I'm back. Whew, play some Jenga to this song. All right. I'm so out of the loop, Bob. I had no idea either. Apparently he retired last summer, and I had no idea. I was trying to look for him at Aquashella for my own custom aquarium, And John was like, dude, he retired last summer. And I was like, oh, because I was actually talking to him last summer about getting a custom aquarium. And then, yeah, then he retired. My current setup of 20 long, 16 neons, 2 male sunset platies, 1 autosynclus, and 4 cherry shrimps. Lots of plants and sponge filter. There you go. Oh, okay. You got enough? Now you got to come up. Come on. There you go. Okay, that's too much. Oh, thank you. I ordered $300 in fish at Dan's, but I forgot to put your affiliate link, so I emailed Dan to make sure he got it over to you, and he said he would. Moolah. I think he did email me about that. I'll have to check, but I'm pretty sure he did say that someone sent or forgot to use my link. So I did get something there at some point. I don't remember when. But yeah, it is nice that he is willing to do that for me. That or if you like just put my name in the comments instead of using my link. It does create more work for them though, so I feel bad. So if you can find my link, I would appreciate it, just so Dan doesn't have to do more work, but he is nice enough to give me credit for it. Hey, buddy. Arlo doesn't have his own emoji, not yet, but he gets the most screen time, so he doesn't really need his own emoji. Go away. Go. Go. Chance, come here. Chance hasn't come on in a while. Come here, buddy. Oh. We haven't seen you in a while. Now we just barely see your head. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, we haven't seen you in a while. Oh, thank you. We definitely need a Doberman sticker. This guy doesn't have a sticker. No. No, he doesn't. Yeah, look at your allergies. Look at his eyeballs. That's from your allergies, huh? Yeah, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. Okay. Oh, what? Now you want to stay up here? Oh, he does have his own. Well, there we go. Never mind. I lied. I lied. Okay. Okay. 15 more minutes, fellas. Then we'll go run with the wind. Gotta be patient for 15 more minutes, alright? Okay. I'm back. The Chinese name... Wait. The Chinese name for goby means tigerfish. And the Chinese name for guppy means peacock fish. That makes sense. That makes sense. I can see it. I seen Chance in the reflection of the black guitar earlier. Really? That's kind of funny. My white dog has bad skin allergies too. I think they're more sensitive. Yeah, he's seriously allergic to everything. He's always breaking out into something. Bob, did you ever get those cool gobies from Dan's Fish? Yes. Yes, Jacob, I did. The bar cheek gobies. And I chuckle because I've talked about him about 10 times already, so that's all. In just this stream alone. Whites and reds and chocolate have the worst allergies. We will go fly with the seabirds. Now I got them all riled up and they're causing mayhem. Where's my Allstate insurance agent? They're causing mayhem. That reminds me, I need to check on my insurance because I haven't heard from my insurance agent in a very long time. I wonder if I'm still insured. I swear, I used to hear from my insurance agent like every month. Now, hardly, it's been forever. My Klee Kai has seasonal allergies. Klee Kai? Look closely at my avatar. That's my chance. Nico, he has a red nose with the same allergies. Yeah, I can tell his allergies get bad when his skin turns like really dark red. But if it's pink, then I know he's all good. I still have insurance. That's crazy. I haven't paid in forever. Yep, I remember that. What do you feed your bar cheek gobies? They eat anything. They are not picky at all. All of my prepared food is extreme. I'm not sponsored by Extreme by any means, but like I got some right here. They'll eat the krill flake. They'll eat the, is it Big Boy or something like that? No, I don't know. What else do I have? I basically have every type of extreme food, and they'll eat it. And I also give them frozen foods every 3 days. And I'm hoping by spring, if they don't spawn, then I'm gonna have to chase water parameters. But I'd much prefer they spawn in my current water parameters, so I don't have to deal with any of that. My bucket list, Gobiid, Rhinobius, Rhinogobius, Zoo. Rachel Leary has some, but I've never seen them offered for sale. I don't think I've ever seen them for sale either. Big fella, that's it, big fella. I bought some big fella when I was at the co-op last Friday, and I've never used it before, and I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty satisfied with it. I feed it to all my bottom feeders, so all my catfish, gobies, and they all love it. The biker, however, the Polypterus delhesii does not eat any prepared food so far. So yeah. What triggers Shelly to spawn? Water. Put them in water and they will spawn. If your Shellies are not spawning, that means something is really wrong with the water. So your water might be too soft, it might be too acidic. Remember, they do come from Lake Tanganyika. However, most of them are captive bred in a lot softer water, not the 9 pH or higher of Lake Tanganyika. So generally not that important, but if you're running like in the 5s or in the 6s on pH, obviously if you're in the 5s, you got big problems. But if your water is super soft, they may not spawn, or they might be stressed. If there's another fish in the aquarium that's stressing them out, then they won't spawn. I got a cat. It sucks. Cats aren't bad. It's pronounced dro, like drone, but without the end. Dro. Pip and shrimp, if they're not spawning, temperatures, I've had them bred in low 70s and low 80s. So, because I don't heat my aquariums, but my fish room fluctuates with the outside weather. So in the winter it gets down into the low 70s. In the winter it's up to in the high 80s. Not high 80s, but just higher temperature in the 80s. And they've spawned through all temperature swings. So I don't think it's temperature. You might try a different diet, or again, it might be that they're spawning and is there any other fish in the tank that might be eating the fry? And BYZ513 says, I bought fish from Dan's Fish, but I forgot your affiliate link, so I told Dan to give you the money. He did. As long as you tell him to, he will. Curtis says, I feed big fella to my Africans. I just needed like a wafer type of food. So that works for me, and I needed something that sinks like out in my tubs, because I got some some catfish out there, some cories out there. So I just wanted something bigger that would sink and break apart. My wife thinks dojo loaches are food, and she thinks all my cichlids are tilapia. That's kind of funny. Oh man. So sit and wait. Thanks. I mean, yeah, I guess I don't know how long you've had them, but if you've only had them for like a month, and they're still probably getting acclimated. But they're not really a fish that has a trigger like a Corydoras. That's gonna, like a water change, like a cold water change would trigger them. They don't really have a trigger. They're like guppies. They should be breeding nonstop year round. Brady guy says, "Hey UPSer, living the dream. Did you try the ice thing?" I got a blue neon goby. It's nice, but there's definitely cooler ones out there. What's an easy to find cool goby? The blue neon goby. Like, they're pretty cool. Honestly, I would check out my video I did on gobies not too long ago, like 2 weeks ago. And there should be plenty of information in there for you about gobies and which ones are easy and which ones are not. Give it a watch. If you've already watched it, watch it again. I'd appreciate it. Watch them all. Watch them all over and over and over. Put all my videos in a playlist. Just watch them over and over and over. UPS says, yes, I tried it last night and it worked. My Cory's responding like crazy because of the cooler water temp. There you go. What's a bigger goby? Like, how big? How big are we talking here? The bar-cheek gobies get pretty big. Honestly, just buy bar-cheek gobies. Like, they're one of the coolest ones, honestly. What else is on his site? Let's just look at gobies here. Where is it at? The largest goby that I saw was definitely the teardrop goby. But the bar-cheek goby gets pretty big too. I mean, there's gobies that get really big, but I'm guessing you're not talking about those. I'm telling you though, you're not gonna go wrong. Not gonna go wrong with the bar-cheek. Any of the rhino gobius, I would say any of them. If you're gonna get a goby, get a rhino gobius. Your tap water is still at 84 degrees. That's insane. Honey, why are all the tanks empty? I made sushi. Oh, could you imagine? Man. Scary Terry gifted a membership from Tiffany White. Look at that. That was like 2 hours ago. Oh, that's awful. I really like the pink Watchman gobies, but they're saltwater. Yeah. Oh man, saltwater gobies. Forget about it. There's so many cool saltwater gobies. Like, I mean, there's so many cool saltwater fish in general, but like gobies in particular, so many cool ones. Do I pull Cory eggs? Only if I'm like. So I don't really breed for like maximum hatch rates, right? I just community spawn everything, and I realize a lot of eggs are getting eaten. I realize some fry are getting eaten, but it's just like it's very low maintenance and it's not very time consuming to community spawn fish. So do I pull Cory eggs? Generally not. I am breeding my Aspidoras specifically to breed them. Like I got them to spawn them. So when my Aspidoras start spawning, I would pull those eggs if there was other fish that would eat them. Then yes, I would pull them. only... What? Floating... Pothos was good, Anubius was good, Pokestem Salatus was good. Oh, for salt? Yeah, floating plant's not going to be the best. Not going to do the best. The goal is to set up another high-tech with more demanding plans. Perhaps potassium will simply be the safer option. What are you trying to do? Did I miss your comment? Oh, any input or experience using water that's gone through a water softener using potassium instead of sodium? No. No, not me. I did miss your question, and I couldn't even answer it. Curtis said, I seen a live band last night called the Gobies. Did you ask them if they keep gobies? Like, that would have been my first thing. The Tetras. What would be the coolest band name? It's certainly not Rainbow Fish. The Rainbow Fish? Like, what group of fish would be the coolest band name? I don't think it's the Gobies. Although, I gotta say, that's pretty good. The best fish band name. Type of fish. The Plecos? No. I don't know. Rotala did not do well with salt softener. I'm gonna try again with potassium. I would imagine potassium would be just I mean, it seems like it's such an obvious statement, but I feel like potassium would be far better. The Rainbow Fish is a kids bot band for sure. Oh yeah. The Parkinsonies. I mean, that would be like a legit band name, I feel like, back in the 50s, right? The Parkinsonies. Sturgeons. The Shrimpettes. I've decided to install a water softener and whole house filter here in Arizona. While the hardness levels would be fine for most plants and fish, my skin, hair, dishes, etc. not. Hard water is not fun for a lot of things. The Convicts, that is probably already a band. Let's look. I bet it's already a band. The Convicts band. Live acoustic band, fusion of Irish folk and contemporary music. The Convicts. The Convicts, classic rock. There's like a ton of bands called the Convicts. The Albino Tiger Huskers. There is a band called Beta Band. That sounds like a terrible name. Like, that's even worse than a Rainbow Fish band. Ripsaw Cat. Okay, I could see that. I could see that. Black Ghost Knives. That'd be like some rappers, right? I mean, makes the most sense. Just gonna have to buy stock in freaking Seachem Equilibrium. I'm gonna tell you, of any of the Seachem products, like Equilibrium is their best product ever. I freaking love Equilibrium. I should duplicate it and then sell my own version of Equilibrium. That's what I should do. The Rasboras. The Rads. The Rads? Okay, Adam, the Rads would be like an 80s band, right? The Rads. I could totally see like the neon and the parachute pants, or is that 90s? I don't know. Hey, stop chewing my socks. Cameron said I had bad luck with a black ghost knife and I legit cried. I will succeed next time. They're a cool fish, but I don't think I could ever do them. I buy like 5 pounds at once. I don't know what the largest container is. Let me look. Hey, oh, what? Control Find doesn't work in Excel? There's got what? What? How does Control F not work in Excel? Am I stupid right now? Like, am I having a big brain fart? Oh my gosh. CCam, where are you? CCam. Sarah. Oh, I'm getting close. Here we go. All right, equilibrium. What am I looking for here? Equilibrium. Oh, and I just burped into the mic. Here we go. Equilibrium, largest one is 600 grams. That's not very large at all. I need like I'm with you, dude. I would buy like a 5-gallon bucket of that stuff. And it's mostly just salt, isn't it? Isn't equilibrium like 90% salt? Or am I thinking of something else? I don't even know. All right, what do we got here? What are our ingredients? I think I'm thinking of something else. 23% soluble potash, 8% calcium, 2.41% magnesium, basically no iron, basically no manganese. There's definitely some ingredients they're leaving out here. Elemental potassium, 19.5%. Made from potassium sulfate, calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, ferric sulfate, This is basically like all... What are we missing here? Potassium, calcium, magnesium, phosphate. Phosphate's the only thing we're missing, right? Not hard to get phosphate. I don't know, I'm telling you. Like, equilibrium. I don't like a lot of CChem products, but I do love equilibrium. I just picked up Copper Safe to treat ick. Control F does work in it. Why is it not working for me? Control F. Control F. Like, I swear that's a thing, but for some reason it's just not working for me. I don't know. The Barbs sounds like a girl group from the 70s. Oh boy. T-Shot with the $5 super chat says, I have Planary in a 20-gallon tank with a female Hongzloy Pisto and her dozen free-swimming babies today. Are the babies in any danger from the planaria? Not really. I don't know. I wouldn't be too worried about it myself. Had to beak that dog. Holy socks. No fun. Well. Beak? Beak that dog? I don't know what that means. Beak? Equilibrium and Excel are the only two CChem products I purchase regularly. See, I'm not on the Excel train. Like, I don't know. That's pretty toxic stuff, and I just prefer not even risk getting it on stuff that it shouldn't be on. All right, sorry about that. CChem equilibrium instructions speak in, what? Liters? I don't know. I have no idea. Brandon guy says yes, it's a 1-to-1 conversion, I believe. I don't know offhand, so I can't say one way or the other. Bob, have you kept bumblebee gobies and are they brackish? I have kept bumblebee gobies that are fully freshwater. There are a couple species. Some are brackish, some are freshwater. Prime and Safe are the most common sea chem. Oh yeah, I do use Safe. I forgot about that. I definitely use Safe more than Equilibrium. That's what I should steal, right? Make my own Safe. It's really cheap. It's used to kill BBA. Really, that's it. I use Seachem Safe, but it's so potent, it's not purchased regularly. Guppy, Bob, and the Coolie? What? Oh, Guppy, Bob, and the Coolie Loaches. I do like the Coolie Loaches. Like, I'm not much of a Guppy person, but... If Control F isn't working, try Alt F4. Okay. I want to pet the rabbit, George. Why can't I pet the rabbit, George? I don't think I'll be falling for that one anytime soon, buddy. From the softener, you only add the sodium half of the salt. The chloride is flushed out with the GH you remove. Interesting. Patty and the Platties. Dan, that might be my favorite one. Patty and the Platties. Do we know anyone named Patty? Anyone named Patty, you have your band name. You can't knock guppies, they're not classic. Oh, I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying they're not my jam. Like, I've kept and bred billions of them, but they're not my jam. Like, I wouldn't name my band after guppies. I can definitely appreciate guppies. I love endlers, but I'm always gonna choose endlers over guppies. That being said, I have a 125-gallon tank full of guppies. Zen, me too. It helped get rid of about 90% within 3 uses. Just make sure you do a huge water change. The first use and everything will be gravy. What are you talking about? Oh, Excel. I just think there's way better ways of getting rid of algae than being around something as toxic as Excel. Katie says, I can't stand guppies. Waste of money where I'm concerned. Where is there somewhere where you're not concerned? Are you only concerned where you're at right now? But if you were somewhere else, would you not be concerned? I'm confused. They have been 2 inbred. Just like... Never mind. Never mind. Not gonna go there. So, anyways... What about a guppy strain name for a band, though? Like, the Dragon Mosaics? That's cheating. There's so many, like... There's so many guppy names that would make good band names. Like, that's cheating. Her209 says, sorry, I don't understand the guppy hype. There's nothing wrong with guppies at all. It's just, you know, we all have our personal preference. Y'all trying to get Bob to close out YouTube? Trolls get put in timeout? Who's trolling? Did I miss a troll? What strategy am I using to try to get my barcheat gobies to spawn? Lots and lots and lots of food. That's my strategy for all fish. Get them nice, fat, and happy, and hopefully they spawn. Regina Phalanges, holy smokes, coming in with a $50 super chat. Not so tiny house fund. It's a tiny house, but that's the way I like it. Thank you so much, Regina. I really do appreciate it. Huge, huge thank you. The Lemon Tetras sound like a 50s band. The Lemon Tetras. I mean, a lot of things in the 50s I feel were pretty lemony. And you know that just pukish yellow look from like the 50s and 60s? Bob, that was a threat to Legion for the Alt F4 comment. Hey, if I'm dumb enough to fall for the Alt F4, then more power to Legion, man. There's still people that fall for that. I like one of my favorite things on Twitch for a while, and I'm not a big Twitch person, but a lot of people were keeping like their whatever the Google thing and in Alexa, the Amazon one, it's turned on, and when people would like super chat, they would have their computer like read out the super chat, right? So like people would literally super chat, like close whatever game they were playing or whatever, and so it would say it over the speakers, and Alexa would like just close down their computer or whatever, like shut off computer, whatever. And it was so funny. Like, I don't know why that cracks me up, but it does. My neighbor's son built a nice tiny house out back here, but after living in it for 2.5 years with his fiance, they moved to a regular house. This is not going to be permanent by any means. It's just a stepping stone until I build my next house. Like, I'm having so much fun, like, building. I'm definitely building my next house, too. Like, I'm not a good word worker, but it's really fun, and that's all that matters to me. Alexa, what's my location? Like all kinds of stuff like that. It was so funny. Like, I can't believe anyone would keep that on there. How about the Dumbo marching rubber band? What? Alexa, what's my location? Man. Geophagus might be both singular and plural. I think I say I have 3 Geophagus, and also I have 1 Geophagus. Oh, wait. Never mind. Steenfott and the Stiphodons. That's a good one. I do like that one. His tiny house is going on the market for 45. I would 100% sell it for 45K because it's not costing me not even anywhere close to that much. I'm into it about $8,000, and yeah, that's it. I think total cost by the time I'm done will be like 15,000. So if someone came over and was like, "I'll give you 45," I'd be like, "Here's the keys." Take it away. And then for 45,000, I could build one that's 5 times that size. And then I put 45,000 into that one and sell it for like 150. And then I build a bigger house. The Mabu plecos, that's it right there. The Mabu plecos. The invasive species. Sounds like an STD, not a band. Are you going to be doing any vlogging on a different channel about your house build? No. Nope. I have Bob in my living room TV and Alexa in the same room. Alexa, turn off my TV. Is my tiny house on a trailer? No, but I built it on skids. So I can move it. So it's obviously going to be one of those wide load scenarios, but it can be moved. I don't know that I would ever move it. The price of moving it versus just building another one, I don't know. But the plan is to buy a lot of property and then move it onto the property, or buy a lot of property and just build another one. But I specifically put it on skids just so it could be moved. So, and the floor is like pretty stout. It's overbuilt for sure. Again, just because I did plan on moving it at some point. But we'll see. You never know what the future is. I might be here for 5 years. I might be gone next week. You never really know with me. So you are living on the skids? Yep, I sure am. I used to build houses in Iowa, and you're right. It's so fulfilling when you get one project done and you know that you're that much closer to done. It's just like, I mean, yeah, it's just a tiny home, but how many people can say they built their own home? Like, that's crazy. I never in a million years thought I would build my own home. When I was in high school, when I was like a sophomore, I spent a summer working for 2 contractors that's all they did was build it. Like, it was just 2 guys. They would build the house from start to finish. And I was just like their gopher, but I picked up on a few things. But it's still very minimal experience. Like, but it's also not the hardest thing in the world. So it's pretty easy. I watched a turtle video where you gave her 6 musk turtles. Some of them didn't have eyes. You know what kind of fish ate their eyes? I don't. So I got them blind. It's one of the reasons I got them for free, is they were blind. And I gave them away. Well, one, because it's a turtle girl and she's freaking awesome. I would always give her anything she wants for free. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think it was a Siamese algae eater, but I don't remember. Rumor has it you're moving to Knoxville. Don't believe every rumor you hear, apparently. Holy crap, it's already 7:20, folks. I gotta go. Holy smokes. Way overshot this one. Makes up for the short couple of streams the last couple weeks. But thank you so much, everyone, for coming out and hanging out. Do musk turtles need a basking platform? Yes. Well, they just need a place to get out of the water. Like, they lay their eggs out of the water, so. You can keep them in water. They'll stay in water like 95% of the time, though. But anyways, thanks everyone for coming out. I hope you had a great time. I did. This was fun, as always. And we will be here back next week, 5 p.m. Pacific, as always. So, again, thanks, lurkers, commenters, mods, super chatters, members, everyone. You're all fantastic. Why does everyone want to move to Knoxville? I don't think everyone does. It's not that great. I didn't know that was a thing, that everyone wants to move there. My musk turtles had to be separated because they were aggressive and bit each other's toes off. Yikes. Pimp and Shrimp says, I lived in a shipping container for 18 months. That's not the worst thing in the world. Alright, that's it. That's all I got for you. Knoxville has everything. Oh, geez. Now we're getting into politics. I'm definitely ending it. Later, guys. Later, Gators. Trying to end it. Trying to end it.